Good morning. It is Monday, June 11th, 2018, 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and you are listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA The Source. Thank you for tuning in. We are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall this beautiful Monday morning in June. Oh, my gosh. I'm already on Friday. Did I say it was Friday early? It's Monday. It's Monday, June 11th. Yeah, it is a beautiful day out there, though. 71 degrees right now. There's only a 15% chance we'll see some rain today, and that's really pretty much across the board the entire day. Let's see, tomorrow, highs around 88 degrees with about the same chance of rain, about a 15% chance. Wednesday, our meteorologist friends are expecting 90 degrees as the high with a 22% chance of rain. Pretty much the weather today is what we'll expect the whole week. On Saturday is the first day we have anything up in the 40s as far as percentage chance of rain. Good morning, Robin. How are you doing?
Morning, Larry. How are you?
I scared me. I didn't see that.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. This morning at 7:35, we'll talk about the news, offer opinions, and open the phone line so you can offer your opinions and just kind of chat and hang out like we always do at 7:35. 8:05, Galen Unold will be on with us, and he will be calling in, of course, as he always does. And I'm stalling here because I got some music for this piece here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to ask Galen. It's an interesting question, really, because he's got a cousin on the recently released hot stuff list.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, his cousin Heather.
Heather.
Is that her name? Heather Locklear?
Yes.
Is on the hot stuff list.
Well, of course. She's amazing.
So I want to have hot stuff. So I'm going to ask you and Galen, did you have any years? Did you have any hot stuff years?
I think so.
What years did you have your hot stuff moment?
There you go.
Yeah. I guess some of those people in the celebrity world have a kind of a longer time than the rest of us.
Yeah, well, plastic surgery.
We might have had a flash for a day or two.
I think we have.
Anyway, so we're talking about hot stuff with Galen at 8:05. I want to hear how it went. Also, we're going to Tallahassee with his two boys.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to their college years. Wow, we've known Galen since they were in kindergarten, right?
Exactly.
Wow, we knew Galen when Heather Locklear was still a child.
Yep. Dynasty.
News bites at 8:35. That's after Galen. We do that in as formal a way as we can. We don't offer opinion. We just read the news. We give you a chance to hear it, and you can decide for yourself, as they say under the Fox, the little tagline. David Scranton is a financial advisor. He's speaking to us at 9:05. 9:20, our good friend Pastor R.C. Jones, a prophetess and a pastor. She'll be coming in from Hazon Ministries to give us a little religion.
Yeah.
9:35 in the studio, the man who wrote the book Goodbye Poop.
Isn't that cool?
He's a old friend, good friend, Dan Gear. He's going to be here. He's also known as Mr. G. What? Oh, it doesn't have his name on the front of the book.
No, it's just calls him Mr. G.
Well, anyway, Dan will be here, Mr. G.
Yep.
Very fun, very creative, very inventive, and just a fun book for children. Michael, you seem a little sad. No, it's his name, Michael Useem. Michael Useem, he's the William and Jacqueline Egan.
He's the what? The William? I thought, did I type another
Doesn't it say the William?
The William, yeah.
Oh, did I say William?
I thought you said William.
No, I might have said William. Yeah, I was slipping into some character.
I know I have typos, but I thought I was
Michael
okay
Useem is the... I think I said it was Friday earlier, by the way.
Oh.
The William and Jacqueline Egan Professor of Progressor. Oh, my gosh.
No, it should be Professor.
Oh, it is
There's my typo.
Oh, my gosh. He's coming out with Howard Kuhnreuther.
Yeah, now that's spelled right.
The James G. Dinan Professor of Decision Sciences. What are they talking about? Mastering Catastrophic Risk.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't even... Okay. You know what? I am always on a learning experience. You know, they say if you stretch your brain, you won't get Alzheimer's. I'm not getting that. Every single day I got to stretch my brain with our guests. Look how big the apple tree is getting, by the way.
I know. I think it's amazing. I hope it stays there and nobody touches it to squash it in the...
You think it's 2 feet tall? Maybe 1.5 feet tall. Huh?
Yeah, I would think
inches?
so. I think it's amazing. Perfect.
Sam Kleiner is an historian speaking about the Flying Tigers, the untold story of the American pilots who waged a secret war against Japan.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Oh my gosh, okay, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Dr. Whitney Bowe is a dermatologist speaking to us about the beauty of dirty skin.
Yep.
The beauty of dirty skin. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And then when we have our Midday with Joe, we're going to ask Joe, when was his hot stuff years? I'm taking an idea and I'm stretching it this morning,
There
Robin.
you go. I love that.
Yeah. When were your hot stuff years?
Yeah, Joe's a biker, so I imagine he's had a lot of hot stuff years.
I think you could have more than one period of time in your life when you go through the hot stuff years. I don't know.
No, I think so. I
What do you
agree
think?
with you. Sure. I concur.
All right, so I have a real quick story I want to tell the audience. Ready?
Okay.
And I know you know this story. So Robin and I kind of had an experience where we discovered, sort of, what God must feel like when he sees somebody worrying.
Yeah.
All right, here's the story.
It's your observation, which is cool.
Okay, so there was a lady outside the window here at the Paddock Mall. Well, let me back up. There was not a lady. There was a man outside the window here at the Paddock Mall, and he brought in to the studio a purse that was left behind by a lady, apparently, who had been sitting on the bench. So we looked in the purse, and we found her ID and all that, and then we found no phone number. But then we found her phone.
Yeah.
And it was one of those phones that I know that special needs people get from the government because our friend Doug has one. And so I went to the last number called, and sure enough, it was her, one of the drivers for the group home she lives in. Okay? And so I kept looking out the window, and Robin said, I think that's her, because we sort of had an idea what she looked like from the picture on her ID. Anyway, we didn't give it to her because we were told by the guy, wait till I get there. And he took like an hour to get here, hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, she was worried. We knew the outcome of the story. And I said, this is how God feels when he sees us worrying. He knows the outcome. Mm-hmm. We don't know it's going to work out okay, but he does. All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. The plan is for President Trump to meet for a couple of hours alone, except for translators, with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un tonight in Singapore, tomorrow morning local time, before being joined by advisors. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the North Koreans will be assured that giving up nuclear weapons
leads to a brighter, better future for the North Korean people.
And President Trump on Twitter writes, fair trade is now to be called fool's trade if it's not reciprocal. Meantime, Canada's preparing new tariffs on American products starting July 1st in response to tariffs on steel and aluminum coming into the United States.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau claims he has no choice.
But I don't want to hurt American workers. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. My job is to stand up for Canadian workers.
President Trump says the U.S. is now looking at adding more tariffs, this time on automobile imports.
Fox's Ellison Barber in Washington. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Napa know-how.
Your broken AC may not be broken. It may just need a recharge with the Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Just $39.99 plus an additional $15 prepaid Visa card by mail. Just pull the trigger and brrr. The Avalanche AC Recharge Kit. Now $39.99 plus $15 prepaid Visa card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/18.
Dad, what are you doing?
Cramming for college.
I'm the one going to college.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to pay for it all.
Discover Student Loans.
Discover does student loans?
Yeah, they're one of the top student loan lenders in the country. It takes 15 minutes or less to apply, and there are no fees for the life of the loan. Best of all, I can earn cash rewards if I get good grades.
Really?
Yeah, we still have time to apply and get a great rate.
So I can just chill. College kids still say that, right?
No one says that, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply.
Hi, this is Tish. I've been with the station a long time, and the best part of my job is the nice people I work with. My decades of experience gives me the background to help businesses reach their goals. Whether your business is large or small, before you make your next marketing decision, give me a call. The number is 352-732-8000, or email me at Tisha, T-I-S-H-I-A, at WOCA.com. Working together, we can come up with a marketing plan that works.
Here is your 1-minute news
news brief from the source, WOCA. A child was grazed by a bullet while riding in a car on I-95 in Brevard County yesterday. People shooting on private land nearby are being blamed. A small plane hit the corners of two homes in Daytona Beach before crashing into a retention pond. There were no fatalities. The arm of a 47-year-old woman killed during an alligator attack in Davie, Florida, was found inside the gator during a necropsy of the animal. A former Fort White High School soccer coach who ran away with a 17-year-old girl was sentenced on Saturday to 18 months in prison. And student survivors of the Parkland school shooting in February gave an emotional performance at the annual Tony Awards in Radio City Music Hall in New York City yesterday. Members of the drama department from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School sang Seasons of Love from the musical Rent. Drama teacher Melody Hertzfeld, who sheltered students in the drama room during the shooting, was presented a special Tony Award for educators. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Hey folks, if you've not been to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens lately, you've really been missing out on their fabulous old-timey greenhouse. It's just cram full of great stuff for your home, your yard, your garden, including those wonderful whimsical wind chimes and fountains and bird baths and pottery and garden flags and much, much more. Everything in the greenhouse is 10% off. Many items are 20% off. And be sure to stock up on Bob's famous no-float pine straw mulch. It won't blow away. It won't float away. It's just good for the environment. And it's just $4.75 a bale when you buy 10. Check this week's ad or go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net for a big long list of this week's super deals. They're open daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3 on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
I'm having a hot flash, tropical.
Menopause the Musical, the off-Broadway parody hit that will have you cheering at your seat and dancing in the aisles. It's impossible not to laugh. The New York Times. It's hilarious. Go see it. The View. Women need this. The Today Show. Featuring Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. June 27th to July 1st. Get tickets now at strasscenter.org. You don't want to miss this.
I'm having a hot flash. Ooh.
We all know that sound means there's going to be some need for collision repair work, and soon. What you may not know is that it's your choice where to have that collision work done, not the other guy's insurance company. Because your vehicle is much more than just transportation. It's like a family member. So don't bring it to just any chain collision center. Bring it to Lyle's Collision Service. When it comes to getting your vehicle back to 100%, you can count on Lyle's Collision Service. They're not some fly-by-night chain company. They're a family-owned and run collision center with over 33 years of experience. Working with collision repairs and vehicle restoration, Lyle's Collision only uses quality parts and doesn't take shortcuts like some other companies. They take pride in getting the job done right and in a timely manner. They specialize in insurance claims and they strive to get your vehicle back to you as soon as possible. So the next time you hear this, remember, it's your choice. And the choice is clear. Lyle's Collision Service.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls, and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
All right, 24 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking Monday morning. I keep wanting to say Friday. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a Friday when it's a Monday. But anyway, it's beautiful out there. Look at those palm trees. That's one thing I love about living in Florida. I'm a palm tree lover. You know what it is? There's I guess a built-in thing from when I was younger that palm trees mean you're in a fancy, fun place, right? Even though we live here and work here.
Sure.
Well, for me, because I didn't have palm trees growing outside my window in New York.
No, me neither.
And
but you go.
Even though I've lived here forever. Still, when I see them, they still have that same meaning to me. I don't know.
They're magical. They really are. It's like, wow, freedom.
So I want to tell you real quickly before we get into the news, and this is very much on the serious side. Let me find a piece of music first here. When I was younger, I worked at the juvenile detention center, and my job when I did the night shift was basically just to look in the windows to make sure the kids were sleeping, and nobody had dug a hole in to get out of the place, right?
Yeah.
And P.S. the detention center used to be. How many people know this little piece of trivia? It was a tiny little building, and it was, what do you say? You know where it is, Robin. Like a block or two blocks south of the post office. Little tiny building there. I think it was the supervisor of elections office for a short while.
Yeah, and it was Ferguson Lumber was located right before you got to the juvenile detention center. So everybody that's been here that long, it was right behind Ferguson Lumber. So
what?
On that curve, yeah. The smaller building
really?
That they had,
See,
that was like a retail outlet store that they had.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Goldman Appliances was next to it. That's what I remember.
Oh, you're talking about the one by the post office.
Yeah.
And not the one up by the interstate.
Right.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, well, that's where it still is.
Yeah, you're right.
It's still there. The one you
by
just
the
described.
interstate. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, the one I first worked at was down there a few blocks from downtown Ocala.
Okay, right.
And,
just south of the post office.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
so we just thought I should throw that in there.
Okay.
So anyway, I had to look at the kids at night and make sure they were sleeping, and I detected that one of the boys was up to no good, and I stood kind of quietly, off to the side, and I could see the shadow coming through his window, and I thought, what is he up to? And then I looked in there, and I could see he was hanging a sheet from the door hinge, which was the only thing you could hang a sheet from. A little tiny piece of a door hinge, and he was going to hang himself. He was going to kill himself. Okay. So I went in there, and, right away he thought he was in trouble, and I said, no, let me talk to you about something. And so I sat with him, and this is, I think, a God moment, because right then and there was a spider in the corner. And I know I've told this story before, but I want to tell it again. There was a spider in the corner, and I said, look at that spider right there. I want to tell you something. I have a choice. I can kill that spider right now, or I can let it go and see what happens. If I kill it right now, it is a spot on the wall, and that's all it'll ever be until somebody cleans it off. If I don't kill it, it might build a web right there. It might catch a grasshopper for food. It might crawl out of the room, might build a web outside, might even go outside where the grass is. Maybe it will be eaten. Maybe a bird will eat it. Who knows? But you don't know what the future has to offer. You don't know what your potential is. You don't know what you might become. If you put an end to your life, you know what you're going to become. Nothing. Okay? A spot on the wall. So this morning there was a story of the Tony Awards in Radio City Music Hall, by the way. That's where they had the Tony Awards.
Oh, nice. Love that place.
And one of the highlights of the award ceremony was, I can't remember how many kids, I think I have it here, so let me look it up, from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The school, of course, where the shooter took 17 lives. They did a song called Seasons of Love from the musical Rent.
Aww.
And I have a soundbite from that. All right, now that is the drama department, or some of the kids from the drama department from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. So why did I show you that? Why did I play you this beautiful singing and this beautiful professional performance from some high school kids right after telling you about a kid who almost committed suicide?
Yeah.
Here's why. Did you hear how beautiful that girl sang? Did you hear how professional she was? Do you see, and we all do, I'm saying this all rhetorically, she could go on to be something. There is a gift that God gives each one of us, and I'm not trying to be a preacher here, but here we have evidence right there of somebody who had her life been cut short. That talent that you can hear on the radio would have never had a chance to grow and blossom and become something amazing.
Right.
It's already amazing.
It is. She's amazing. And she's going to be snatched up like today.
And the 17, yeah, she might be. And the 17 people who were killed by this kid, Well, he's an adult.
No, he's an adult.
This guy, those 17 people, you'll never know their potential. You know what their potential could have been, but you'll never see what they grow to become because they don't have a chance to grow to become anything.
No.
It is the most horrendous part of losing young people or anybody. There were teachers in that group of people that got killed, and those teachers could have gone on to something later on in life.
And they probably were inspirational right now to the students.
Anyway, so I don't know. I don't even know why I brought that up this morning. When I heard that those young people singing on that little piece, I thought to myself, wow, look, these are the survivors. These are the ones who made it. These are the ones who will have an opportunity to blossom and grow.
Yeah, exactly.
And the coward who decides to just mow people down, whether it's in Parkland or in Ocala or in Boston or in Afghanistan or wherever, the coward who decides to end people's lives is doing more than ending a life. He's ending a blossoming, beautiful thing that could just make our whole world so much better.
Exactly.
And the reason I like the singing for this example is because I can show it to you on the radio. I can't show you the next Einstein on the radio. I can't show you the next Frank Lloyd Wright on the radio. I can't show you the next Edison. You get the picture.
Yeah.
But I can show you the next great singer on the radio because it's what it is. It's audio.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, just one of those moments I had this morning thinking about it.
That was nice. They invited them to come there and perform.
Yeah, and the teacher got some kind of an award, too. I guess I can start with that news story. She received, and I didn't even know there was such an award, she received an award for drama teacher. She got a Tony Award for drama. Tony Award for educators, that's what it was called.
Wow, nice.
Did you know they had such a thing?
I did not.Maybe they created it just for this time.
I wondered that, too. But then I looked at the list of all the winners yesterday, and let me tell you some of them. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
They give a Tony Award to Ernest Windsor Cleaners. Ernest Windsor Cleaners. They clean theaters.
Oh, okay.
And they got an award. They got a Tony Award.
Nice. Good for them.
Isn't that something?
That is. That's grand.
So, it's not just teachers, I guess, huh? Andrew Lloyd Webber and Cheetah Rivera both got Lifetime Achievement Awards, by the way.
Oh, wow. I love Cheetah Rivera. She's such fun.
And do you know what the biggest winner was last night? Do you care? I never even heard.
Let's see who it was. It the winner for the person or the show that's on Broadway?
The show.
The show. Gosh. Was it is it the Carole King one?
No, it wasn't. It's a show called The Band's Visit.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No, I never have.
Me either. It was up against Frozen, Mean Girls, and SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical.
Oh my gosh. Well, SpongeBob and Frozen, what? Well, what's it about? Do we know?
I have no idea. I guess a band visits or something.
Gosh. That sounds interesting. I love that there are new things that are coming around now, and they're not just doing the remakes. I mean, the movies and stuff, they're just remaking everything.
Let's see. I thought My Fair Lady won for the revival of a musical. I think I read that somewhere. But
isn't that nice?
I'm not so sure. All right, let's look at other news, or real news, I guess. Listen to how scary this is. Okay, a mom driving her child down on I-95 in Brevard County, or over in Brevard County, I should say, and the window on the passenger side busts and her child is bleeding.
Oh, no.
A bullet grazed the child's head.
Oh, my God.
Thank
oh, my God.
goodness the child wasn't, 1 microsecond later or sooner, and that child could have been shot to death, right?
Oh, my God.
Right there in the car. Police believe it was a stray bullet from a field nearby. They don't think anybody intentionally shot at the car. That's crazy. That's almost like that story we have here in Ocala. That guy whose window was smashed out by a shooting range here in Ocala.
That's right. And the shooting range won't fix it, and the Marion County commissioners won't do anything about it.
Poor guy. Come on, somebody step up to the plate.
Yeah. And what highway was that on?
I-95.
I-95. Oh, my God.
A small plane crashed in Daytona into a reservoir. However, before it hit the reservoir, a retention pond. Retention pond reservoir, is there a difference? Anyway, before it hit the retention pond, it clipped two houses, two roofs. Nobody was killed, and the two people in the plane were the only ones injured, and they were considered minor injuries.
Gosh.
So... this horrible story, there was a 47-year-old woman walking her dogs in Davie, Florida, and a man said he saw her walking the dogs, and then next thing he knows, he sees the two dogs without her, and he sees a big gator, and he suspects the worst, and so he calls officials. Long story short, they found her arm in the gator.
Oh, my God.
They are looking for the rest of her.
Oh, my God.
You know how the gators do what they do. They kill and they bury them underwater, right?
Yeah, right. They stuff them underneath there. That gator was probably lunging after the dogs, and she probably tried to protect the dogs and jump on the gator, and then she...
Yeah, one of the dogs was bleeding.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, one of the dogs was bleeding.
My God.
That was near Miami. It was near the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Oh, my God.
You think a place like that's a busy place, we wouldn't have gators, but I guess you do.
Yeah. Well, even up here, they travel. They go into swimming pools and things. So.
A former Fort White High School soccer coach who ran away with a 17-year-old girl and was planning to make fake IDs and I guess go to Europe or something. Mm-hmm. He has been sentenced to 18 months in prison and 8 years of probation.
Good. You don't need to be messing around with teenagers.
You don't need to be messing around with teenagers.
No, you don't. Let them be their own person.
That's right. It's another example of stealing something from the future. You know, let the future blossom. Let things happen.
Exactly.
President Trump's summit meeting with Kim Jong-un will be the first ever between a sitting U.S. president and a North Korean leader. It's scheduled for 9 p.m. today in Singapore, which is 9 a.m. tomorrow morning their time. That's 9 p.m. our time.
No, okay, so, yeah.
It'll happen here tonight, but it'll be morning there. Okay. So when Trump aides said his weekend blow-up with a group of 7 economic allies over trade policy shows that what? That he will fight for what he wants. Oh, well. Anyway, you know what the thing is here? Everybody's all upset because of his bargaining skills and his negotiating techniques.
And his success rate.
It's an interesting thing to be an observer to, I say, you know?
It is, very much so.
I was going to suggest that he bring a 6-pack of 7-Up with him. I just thought because, 7-Up is the color.
Exactly, and a McDonald's hamburger. Because Kim Jong-un wants a fast food restaurant there.
You don't see my joke. See, Kim Jong-un, UN.
Oh, I see. Okay, now I got it. I'm slow sometimes.
They don't use that anymore, that color thing.
Well, maybe they'll start now since you brought it to the limelight.
Yeah, the Kim Jong-un color. Do you know his first name is Jong-un? You know that, right?
Yeah, because the last name is always the first name in writing.
But I didn't know if Jong was his first name and Un was his middle name.
Oh, I see.
But his first name is Jong-un. They don't have middle names, I guess.
Oh, okay. So just Jong-un.
That's what I read this morning. The FCC rules that prevent the internet service providers from blocking or slowing legal traffic or charging for faster delivery of some content are history today. That's 2 months later than expected, but way too soon for supporters of the President Obama-era measures who are suing and pushing for congressional measures to bring back the so-called net neutrality rules. They are to be replaced by a set of lighter touch regulations passed 5 months ago. I don't know. I use the internet all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever noticed anything.
No.
Whether we had the net neutrality rules or we didn't. Maybe it's where I go. Maybe I go to like the simple stuff, Maybe if you go to the more complex stuff, maybe you notice.
Well, CenturyLink sends me things all the time with my bill every month. For $10 more, you can get faster internet speed. Well, I don't need that $10 extra a month.
Well, that's
I'm
it.
fine.
That's it. How fast do you need it to be?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you used to have to wait 8 to 10 days to get a letter.
That's right.
So now you have to wait, what, a minute? you're gonna be able to get your letter in 10 seconds. No, I can wait a minute.
That's right.
I could use the bathroom anyway. This year's annual meeting of the Southern Baptist Convention could prove to be a pivotal moment in Southern Baptist life, given the recent ousting of a prominent leader, Paige Patterson, from a Texas seminary over his treatment of women. While Patterson will not be in attendance, his ousting will affect the annual meeting. At least 2 pre-meeting panels today will tackle the treatment of women and abuse in church, ahead of a midday rally planned for tomorrow.
See that? Get rid of the bad guys. I mean, the Catholic Church was doing it with the priests. You might as well do it for the Southern Baptist
Might as well.
ministers.
I say today. Hey, here's the big news story of the day.
Okay.
Today, the International House of Pancakes
Yes.
is changing its name to IHOB, H-O-B.
Yes.
A series of mysterious tweets have dropped clues about what the name means, but you can expect fuller explanations later today.
Oh, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Well, I think maybe they're just going to extend the line on the P and just make it, taller, and that way you've got a really big line with a little circle, and it's the International House of Pancakes and Burgers.
Maybe you're right. That's
that way
as good a guess as any.
Yeah. Gosh, so we still don't know. They were supposed to tell us today.
Come on, Robin. They didn't wake up yet. They're still having their breakfast. Breakfast is important to these people.
That's right.
Breakfast is, hey, you go to somebody's house and they have 4 flavors of syrup on the table. You know breakfast is important to them.
Exactly.
And they are a house. It is the International House.
That's right.
Right? So when I go to the International House,
yes,
I see 4 flavors of syrup. I say, well, these people must take breakfast seriously.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
It is interesting to watch people use that syrup, by the way.
Oh, it is.
It's also interesting to hear people correct my pronunciation of the word syrup.
Well, mine has always been syrup.
Syrup? Oh, you do it like me. Say it
yeah,
like
it's always been, but others are what?
Syrup.
Syrup, yeah, syrup. But mine's always been syrup, so.
Hey, an 80-story building is going to open today.
Oh, my.
This is World Trade Center building number 3.
Oh, my gosh.
It's an 80-story building. It's the 3rd completed skyscraper at the site where the Twin Towers once stood. Today's ribbon cutting for the 1,079-foot tower marks a major step in the rebuilding of that area, which has been stalled for years by disputes and other issues, as you know. Victims' families, not victims, have wanted the entire site to be preserved as a memorial. The new $2.7 billion building at 3 World Trade Center is the 5th tallest building in New York City.
Oh, my.
5th tallest.
Oh, my.
So number 1 would be the Freedom Tower, right?
Yes.
Is number 2 the Empire State Building?
I would guess so, yeah.
And then number 3 would be the Chrysler Building.
Uh-huh. And I don't know any of the other buildings.
I don't know what number 4 would be.
I don't know what number 4 would be.
Oh, maybe that new office building. That's an office building on the Upper West Side.
Oh,
remember we saw that thing going up there?
Yeah.
Oh, my
gosh.
That's
right. That's huge.
It was like nothing in the news about it. But it's all right, let's see what else we have here. I got that story twice.
Oh, my.
Oh, here's my stories. I know I didn't put everything in the right place at the right time. The nation's largest physicians organization is taking up the issue of medically assisted suicide this week and will decide whether to revise the code of ethics. I got mixed feelings about that one.
I don't think we should do it.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel harshly criticized President Donald Trump's decision to renege on the G7 joint statement, telling Germany's Anne Will talk show host Anne Will that the withdrawal by tweet is sobering and a bit depressing as well. Merkel praised the G7 joint statement as a laboriously negotiated document and insisted, quote, "I don't think that inflammatory language makes things better." Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think we are watching a negotiator at work. Whether you agree with him or not, that's a different story. But I think he knows how to get what he wants and what he believes is best for the country.
Yeah.
Now, you may not agree that it's best for the country. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we're watching a skillful negotiator. That's his whole life. His whole life is negotiating.
Exactly. Give him a chance.
85% of those surveyed say they are proud to be Americans.
85%?
85%. That leaves 15%. However, only 9% say they are not proud, which leaves, I guess, 6% undecided, right?
Yeah, there you go. 9% move out. Renounce your citizenship and just move out of the country.
Let's see. A home explosion in Cleveland yesterday left one person dead and another critically injured. Did you see this?
No, I did not.
Cleveland's fire department also said there was damage to several neighboring houses, including windows blown out and walls knocked down.
Oh, my God.
The explosion happened at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Cleveland police say they were originally called for wires down at the location. Authorities evacuated several homes as a precaution and cordoned off the neighborhood while trying to determine the cause of the blast.
Oh, my God.
Channel 5 in Cleveland reported a gas odor in the neighborhood when its TV crew arrived at the scene.
Oh, my God.
Photos of the aftermath from Cleveland fire showed debris thrown all around the area. Wow.
How tragic.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh, how tragic.
The video I saw did not show the explosion, but it showed, like, splinters of wood just everywhere.
Oh, my God.
Just the whole thing just went up.
Oh, my God. Your hair looks good today. It does. It's
really?
Just like laying flat and everything.
Really?
It looks real good.
Maybe I'm hot stuff today. I think I'm feeling like hot stuff, Robin. Yeah. I want some hot stuff, baby, this evening. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Hot Stuff on the radio.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump had lunch in Singapore with the Prime Minister there, Lee Hsien Loong, ahead of the main event, his meeting tomorrow morning, this evening, our time, with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says,
President Trump recognizes Chairman Kim's desire for security and is prepared to ensure that a North Korea free of weapons of mass destruction is also a secure North Korea.